So the Splatoon Global Testfire has just finished its second round, which I was able to take part in, thankfully. And I've been playing the game for about an hour now, and it's now finished. So I just thought I'd take a few minutes just to kind of collect my thoughts for your entertainment. So I originally played a kind of demo version of the game way back in September at the Eurogamer Expo, and it's quite nice to be able to sit at home for a little bit and just have a slightly more extended time with the game in a kind of more quieter setting, and I'm enjoying it so far. Now, I'm coming from a place where I don't really like to play multiplayer games very often, especially not kind of team-based shooters, which surprises me that I really am enjoying Splatoon quite a lot, considering. And I think it's mainly because it's so very accessible in that kind of Nintendo style that we know and love very much. The controls are very simple to explain. In fact, you can go through the tutorial at the beginning of the demo, but you can kind of figure out most of your actions even before it kind of tells you what to do. And that is a sign of some really good game design, where you can kind of easily just pick up a pad straight away and know what to do. I mean, my fiance, I just literally just chucked the controller in front of her, and she kind of figured out what to do very easily just from seeing me play a few rounds, and then she just picked it up and just kind of got it straight away. And she even played around herself, and she enjoyed it. She won a round, and she felt like she was contributing to the team. Just like I was. I'm not very good at these games, but it's just amazingly fun, just because it's so accessible, so fast-paced, so colourful. It's so simple to play, and I think that is going to be the unique selling point for Splatoon, just because it's that. It's like the Mario Kart. So what Mario Kart is to racers, I think Splatoon will be to kind of the shooters. Of course, there's no team chat or voice chat, which is a little disappointing, but honestly, after actually playing multiplayer with random people myself, I don't think it's really that much of an issue anymore. It is a team-based game, and it's very easy for you to kind of figure out what you need to do as part of that team, especially when you have the different weapons. So there are 4 weapons in this little demo. There's the Splattershot, the Splattershot Junior, which are kind of like machine guns pretty much. You've got the Splat Charger, which is almost like a sniper rifle. It's quite slow. It's not really built for rapid fire, but it's got quite a long range to it, but you do have to charge it up. But my personal favourite, which seems to be the favourite for everybody at the moment, is the Splat Roller, this kind of gigantic paint roller that you just kind of paint the floor along with as you move along. And that's quite good as a very offensive weapon. What I was finding I was doing was, when I was kind of playing with the Splattershot and the Splattershot Junior, I would kind of go slightly behind the players with the Splat Roller, because they were making a nice little runway for me to kind of sneak up behind, or swimming in the ink and kind of darting out and taking a few pot shots ahead, acting as some sort of camouflage. So already you can kind of see where there's some sort of strategy that you can use throughout the game. I do worry that the Splat Roller is possibly a little bit too overpowered, especially when you have more than one player per team using it. Because the thing is, though, because you can't see what weapons the other team are using before you play, you can't really anticipate how you're going to counter with their attacks, which I think if you could see what the other players were picking, that would give you kind of some sort of strategy and allow you to to kind of use your weapon choices to kind of match theirs. But I think no matter what weapons you're using, I think it's very possible for you to very easily come up with some sort of game plan. Even though you're not communicating with the other players, it's very clear. You quickly learn how to use the weapons in every situation. Then of course you've got the sub weapons, so things like the Splat Bomb, which is just a little kind of bomb that it's timed and it kind of explodes. You've got some really crazy weapons like the Killer Wall, which was a fair bit of fun. I'm noticing that when you're kind of spraying your ink everywhere, after a while you charge up a meter, which gives you one of these special weapons that you enable by clicking the right stick, and then you can kind of fire it. And sometimes it's things like it gives you multiple splat bombs that you can get to keep chucking at the enemy, or just a massive a massive gun that just fires a big wave in front of you, like a turret. And it's really enjoyable. It's just so much fun that even if you're losing, it's still enjoyable. And the sooner you lose, you just want to get back into it, and it's very immediate. Even when you kind of get splatted or die, in this case, you can pretty much spawn immediately, and what's more, you can actually spawn, well, kind of jump over to where another player in your team already is, so you can very quickly get back into the game. There's very little downtime. Even in a 3-minute round, there's very little time where you're not actually playing, which is fantastic. It's just completely enjoyable. It's very unlike most shooters out there. It just feels so friendly, no matter how familiar you are with the genre. It's pure Nintendo. I think that's the best way to describe it. It is just Nintendo through and through. And as I say, I'm really enjoying this game. I really cannot wait for the final game to come out. I'm hoping that there's something substantial in the single player. I'm sure there will be, but I could actually see myself playing this online, and I don't really see myself saying that too much about online games in general. It's just because it's that much fun, even with random people. To be honest, like, even if you're playing with friends, because there's no communication, that kind of makes it kind of a little less enjoyable. But overall, I'm very impressed so far, and the more I play this game, the more I start to enjoy it even more and get really into it. The controls, as I say, are so simple. You can choose between looking either by tilting the gamepad up and down, or using the traditional right stick to move around your camera. But strangely, I find the motion tilting to look up and down far easier than using the right stick. It just feels very intuitive. It allows you to kind of look up and down very quickly. It kind of frees up that that thumb to kind of just look left and right, and it's much quicker. I did play a few rounds using just the right analog stick, and I just didn't enjoy it so much. I just felt I kind of went back straight to the motion controls, just because it was that much easier to get around with and find my way. So I guess that's really all I can say at the moment. It's not that long till the game's coming out. I mean, it's a couple of weeks, and from what I played so far, the online is very smooth. I didn't really have any problems connecting. I mean, the only times I was ever kicked out was because there was too many people in the lobby. So it very quickly takes you out and connects you. Even when you're waiting for the game to start, there's the little squid jump game that you can play again. Nice little touch. Make sure that it keeps you playing something even while you're waiting for a loading screen. So Splatoon, it's immediate, it's fast, it's friendly, and it's fun. And I think it's going to be a surprise hit, provided Nintendo get the word out there, because it's so damn enjoyable. And I'm sure most of you watching this have probably played it already. If not, get yourself onto the last session if you can. I'm sure maybe Nintendo will even do one or two more, because this has to be really popular. But thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, share this video, and just enjoy it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I shall see you next time.